A very good morning to all the dignitaries, faculty members, and our dearest students. On behalf of Asian Business School, I welcome you all to the launch event of AIMA BizLab. We are extremely pleased to share that Asian Business School fraternity has earned to its credit another achievement of becoming an AIMA BizLab Accredited institute. AIMA BizLab accreditation is a part of our endeavor to enhance the managerial skills and entrepreneurial acumen of the students. Very proudly, I would say that we are amongst the very few privileged institutes across India to be AIMA BizLab accredited. AIMA simulation-based e-learning portal AIMA BizLab has been designed to make the process of understanding business, especially in the Indian context, interactive and fun-oriented. It helps to infuse business leadership qualities in the budding managers of tomorrow, which of course is all of you for us. AIMA BizLab is a first of its kind virtual lab for management students through which students may experiment with various management strategies and tactics on the given scenarios. AIMA BizLab simulation training will be a part of the certification in entrepreneurship and will make the students eligible for an additional certification in simulation from AIMA BizLab upon successful completion of the training. To grace this occasion, we have amongst us Mr. Nirich Kapoor, Director AIMA. Mr. Nirich has a 25 years of rich experience, having worked both with big brands and in large agencies. He has worked with MNCs like Philips, Osram Siemens, Gillette and Bates 141 and Indian corporates such as Cife Limited, and his last stint being with HT Media as the head of strategy, planning and operations with Fever Entertainment. Currently, he is the Director, Center for Management Development at AIMA, a department which is into setting up platforms for executive training and learning. The three divisions under the department look up after the flagship events of AIMA, retreats in various functions like HR, digital marketing, and leadership, national competitions under business simulation, and competitions and quiz categories. His work has taken him to the hotspots of innovation around the world like the Silicon Valley, China, and recently Israel itself. He is a strong votary of integrating academic rigor and industry integration and has a belief in incorporating industry relevant curriculum from the very start. With a very warm heart, we welcome you, sir, at ABS.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We also have amongst us Dr. Anubhuti Dwivedi. Dr. Anubhuti is an academician environment, entrepreneurship, and research methodology. She is a doctorate in economics and a double postgraduate in economics and management. She is trained in teaching of entrepreneurship by Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, a premier institute renowned worldwide in entrepreneurship development. Her national and international publications include 6 books, 18 research papers, and 2 cases. She has successfully completed an internationally funded research project funded for USD 7,500 by New York University Stern School of Business and National Stock Exchange of India and presented papers in various conferences at reputed institutes. She has been in various administrative positions where she's developed the institutional framework and has been at the core of conferences, seminars, FDPs, and MDPs while leading the team. She has been awarded with the Women of Excellence Award by Business View magazine and recognized as one of the 10 most influential women leaders in Indian education by Higher Education Digest. We welcome you, ma'am, and I would request you to please present the welcome address.
Thank you so much, Garima ma'am, for such a nice introduction. I would first like to welcome all our guests, Mr. Nirich, Director AIMA. We are most privileged to have you here, sir. We also welcome all the other panelists, which are the trainers of the AIMA BizLab, which the students will be interacting in future. and Mr. Ravi from AIMA again. We have him here. So we welcome you all, sir, from AIMA. And it's a proud privilege for us to be associated and become one of the few institutes over the country who are associated with AIMA BizLab. I'm very hopeful that this opportunity, which is being provided by AIMA with such a wonderful platform of AIMA BizLab, in which the students can actually conduct their own business decisions in a virtual manner. They can actually take that risk without involving money. So our students mostly will be benefited by this. And I would also like to introduce the Entrepreneurship Development and Incubation Center that ABS has, under which we run this certification in entrepreneurship. So this association with AIMA BizLab will surely take us a way forward in our entrepreneurship endeavors, the way we are trying to develop our students into entrepreneurs. We are trying to make them the job providers rather than job seekers. That has always been the vision of ABS for our students. And this association will surely be a milestone in actually creating more entrepreneurs from ABS, as they will be having a hands-on practice on the simulation lab in terms of various aspects of business. It may be financial, it may be the HR decisions, marketing decisions, because this is a very, a very unique platform, I would say, where the students can actually have a practice, a self practice, as well as a workshop mode, as well as the evaluation. So it's a very comprehensive platform, sir. And I would like to congratulate AIMA for actually providing us with this opportunity to be associated and providing our students with such a nice training. The students will be getting the certifications in simulation after the completion of the training. The faculty members, I'm sure, those who have undergone the training, and the peer learning will also take place. And ultimately, the students will be adept at actually taking the business decisions, the entrepreneurial decisions in far more accurate manner and most effectively. So with these words, I welcome you all, sir, again. And I also congratulate the students to become a part of this program from now on. This is a launch event where you all will be getting an additional certification, which as we teach you, basically, that what you promise, you should actually over deliver. So that's what we are doing at ABS now. This certification will be an additional certification to all the other certifications that you have been promised, whether from NIIT or from the EDIC certification in entrepreneurship. So this will be an additional certification for you. And for that, I again congratulate you all. And I also urge you all to actually take it very seriously. And when you will practice, you will have a hands-on experience. You yourself will learn that how you should actually take the business decisions in different situations. So with that, I think we should take the program ahead. And again, I welcome everyone. So Ms. Garima, may please take the program ahead.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would now like to request Mr. Nirich Kapoor, Director AIMA, to please address the gathering.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Garima, Dr. Anubhuti, all other dignitaries who are part of this very, very special day for AIMA and for ABS. I just kind of read somewhere that today is a very special day because it is the 21st day of the 21st year of the 21st century. So we are meeting on a very, very lucky day. So that's a very good choice. Whosoever has decided to keep it on this day, I think has done it out of plan. So it's wonderful to be here. I am Nirich Kapoor. I look after the Center for Management Development at All India Management Association. I always know, and Ravi knows that I love talking to the youngsters because I love sharing my experiences, whatever they are. And there are quite a few in terms of the online, the ongoing process of learning and knowledge sharing at AIMA. My department luckily looks after the midterm or mid-career kind of interventions for a lot of organizations and for managers who are already practicing in the industry. And I'm a very, very passionate votary for integration of practical education into your curriculums and all. And it's really heartening to see organizations and institute like yours and many who have joined before you, who take this, who actually bite the bullet. Who I really commend your experimentativeness in terms of adopting new things. And AIMA BizLab is without talking too much about the product right now. I'd like to focus as to how it came about. I think in the 60th year of our existence, AIMA decided that let's relook at our services. Let's relook at as to what the industry needs, because the needs are evolving so quickly. So one of the very, very important pertinent needs that we were able to identify, and this was not done by people down below, but right at the top when Mr. Sunil Kant Munjal was the president of AIMA, Mr. Mohandas Pai was the senior vice president of AIMA, Harshvardhan Neotia was the vice president. So we had these luminaries who were heading AIMA, and they were very, very focused as to how we would like to reorient the organization to address the needs which are there in the present. And one of the needs which was identified was that of lifelong learning, practical learning. I think Dr. Anubhuti very, very candidly put a entrepreneurship mindset and development for that, as one of the key priorities of your institute. And it was very, very heartening to listen to that, because the three or four pillars that we identified as an organization, the first was technology, that we would learn and we would dispense as much technological information without being an IT or anything. We don't really want to get into the very technical aspects of the business, but at the same time, how technology is gonna overwhelm the business processes, right? And that's part of management. Each and every manager that I believe has the responsibility of running an organization and running it successfully has to bring in the technology. And technology seems to be not growing fractionally, it is growing exponentially, and we all need to understand that the technological advancements have taken place at various points of time in our history, but the way technology is overwhelming the entire structure, it's mind boggling, it's unbelievable, right? And no, that was the first pillar we believed in. The second pillar that we thought was very, very important part of a country like ours. We are a huge population. We are a population which is very capable. We are a population of very smart individuals, but at the same time, are we skilled enough? So we decided to focus on skill development, for the organizations and all, and we floated a separate organization called MEPSC, which is Management Entrepreneurship and Skill Council, which is headed by a separate CEO, but funded and supported by AIMA completely. So skills was the second aspect that we looked after. The third aspect, and I think in your institute, I'd not like to reiterate that, is the aspect of entrepreneurship. Dr. Anubhuti said that we want to have people who do not seek jobs but give jobs. And I think that's a very, very good way of looking at it. We are strong votary of you playing entrepreneurs within your institute, trying out new ideas. As I was just sharing in an informal chat just before this no session with my counterparts, that we are one of the largest startup ecosystem in the world, and we should be very, very proud of it. And why is this happening? Why is this happening? Have we ever wondered that why is this happening? It is happening because we have one of the best infrastructures in terms of the education systems in the world, and there is still a lot of focus on pay for parents and for the families to educate their younger ones. And I think you are part of that very privileged segment of the society where your parents have decided to invest and make you a better person when it comes to managerially go forward in life. So I think there is a strong focus from the Indian households and the parents on keeping their kids educated. That is why we have IITs and IIMs, and we have lakhs of people who appear for them, and lots of wonderful institutes, like yours and elsewhere in the country, who are churning out people who have an open mindset. And I think it's also very important to reiterate a social paradigm which is changing, which is that the society was very, very unforgiving of failure to start with. But now as we become confident as a nation, I think we are more forgiving of people who make mistakes. We are actually wanting to now say that there are no mistakes and no failures. There are just learnings. So there is lot of churn, which is happening in terms of the old ideas going out and the new ideas being embedded. So there is a societal outlook change as well. So I think young people like you should grab that opportunity. You are all from very privileged backgrounds. You are studying in one of the wonderful institutes in this part of the country. So you should grab that opportunity. The fourth aspect that we identified as AIMA was basically the concept of on learning which is life, and learning which is lifelong. There are two things that we need to do. We can always go through reams and reams of papers and books, and we can learn, but at the same time we could simulate, we could create environments in which you are forced to think like managers and not like students. It's always good to be a student, but you have to understand that you are in that cusp zone where you are graduating from being a student to becoming a manager. And I think BizLab is the output of that kind of a mindset, in which we said that we would provide an ecosystem, an infrastructure in which students can become or can pretend to become managers, and that would give them a very very sound understanding of as to how things happen across the network. In fact, institutes are not the only places where we'd like these things to be seeded. We are also pushing it in a different version and format to the corporates, where we are telling that if you have say around 50, 60 young leaders who you have identified in the organization to take over some large responsibilities, then this is the thing that you should be deploying and making them use, because it forces you to think, it forces you to, and the best part is you are not losing anything, you're just gaining. There is no loss of finance. You are just gaining in terms of your experience. As I said, there are no failures, there are just learning. So you are learning, you are trying to understand how a marketing decision can take down an organization. You are understanding how a financial tricky situation can actually lead you down the run. And in the same breath, you are learning how to optimize your resources, which is very very important. So that is how the concept of BizLab came about. And some institutes, in fact, we already have say around 18 institutes who've taken, which is not a large number. And that is why I say that you are a very very enterprising institute, Dr. Anubhuti, that you have accepted and gone ahead and taken up this challenge to expose your students to this wonderful product, right? So I'd like to congratulate ABS for choosing to be one of the pioneer institutes in this. So BizLab is a concept in which you learn, you take decisions, you run companies, and you are able to compare yourself with the best who are there in the country. In fact, our entire orientation was not to just kind of go and give the licenses to every institute. It has been a very discreet exercise. Let me share with you. The last 1 year has been very very tough for every one of us. I would not discount that there have been challenges. I'll not discount that institutes have faced challenges. Admissions have gone down. So there are a whole lot of challenges that these institutes also face. But now, as we see, we have, as Ravi pointed out, the MAT examination that we conduct and all. I get exposed to the numbers every day. So let me tell you, we are in for better times. There are numbers which are increasing by the day. There is a revived interest in educating yourself, and I think that's the way forward. I think our commitment to our young generation, to the next generation, is very very solid. All from the perspective of the family, from the perspective of the institutes which are trying to give you best of the facilities to move forward, and from the perspective of the ecosystem that we are trying to create in the country. So a lot of you, I'm sure, would choose not to kind of not take up a job, but start your own startup. And who knows that couple of you might be heading a unicorn like 5 to 7 years, because that's the time it takes to become a unicorn in a fertile ecosystem. So I have strong belief in the ideas of youth. There are a lot of challenges that we have. In fact, no, I always refer to this very interesting thing that I learned during my various trips across the world, is that there is enough and more, and I think the first billion out of the 7 billion population in the world is well covered by the services and products which are currently available. But what about the next and the rest 6 billion? And I think for the rest and the next 6 billion, one of the most fertile places, one of the most fertile places where all these business models would be created is India. Because you are not one country, you are many countries in one. We are a country where there is a person who would who can afford to buy a car every other month, the best of the cars in the world. And we are also a country where medical infrastructure, the health infrastructure, the education, the basic facilities of life are still lacking in some parts of the country. So we have multiple challenges, but that does not mean that we do not have enough minds and enough ideas to get to those next 6 billion. So, whatever innovation we are likely to see in the world for the next 6 billion people, I think the laboratory for that would be India, right? I always quote my Chinese example. They have pulled millions out of poverty, more than 550 million people pulled out of poverty in the last 20-25 years of growth. And there is absolutely no reason that we should not be able to do it. We are far smarter. We are people who are far more no heterogeneous in nature. We understand. We are a very inclusive society. We are a society of free ideas. We are a society of democracy, of freedom. So we are actually better placed than any other culture in the world to imbibe these new challenges and give and provide solutions for those. With that note, I wish ABS and all its faculty, the management and the students, all the very best for using this product. I was just, in fact, mentioning that the idea of putting up the lab is your institutes. They have invested and they have provided a world-class facility for you. But the success of this lab would only be determined when students start using it. So my request to all the students here is that if you really want to benefit and you really want to become problem solvers rather than just students, please use the facilities as much as you can. As I said, we are available 24 by 7 for any help and support. We have trainings for your faculty, who would be sharing the nitty gritties related to the programs with you. So I think it's very important that we all try to make the best out of this opportunity, which is unique to your organization, unique to your institute. As we said, that we just have around 18 institutes in the entire country, who are currently aligned with AIMA and have a tie-up for using these services. So please try to make the best use of it. And I just wish, on a larger note, that this year is better for everybody. I think it's an year of hope, revival, and rebooting. So I always believe that anything which is gonna come our way, we would be more confident in taking up those challenges. The worst seem to be behind us, right? And let's look at this year as a year of our revival. Thank you so much, and my congratulations to ABS, all the students, and I look forward to this very wonderful and mutually beneficial relationship in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for genuinely giving our students a reason to, introspect, think about entrepreneurship, and also providing us resources which will help them develop their entrepreneurship skills. We are really glad to know that the vision of ABS and AIMA both stand with the skill development aspect, and we both the institutions look forward to the development of the students in this domain. I would also like to request you, sir, to please inaugurate the lab.
Oh yes, that will be my privilege.
Himanshu, sir, can we have the video?
Congratulations to ABS once again.
Thank you so much, sir. Further, I would like to request our AIMA BizLab certified trainers from ABS, Mr. Vinod Dhar and Ms. Shipra Srivastava, to please share their experiences and knowledge related to this process.
Good afternoon, everybody. And dear students, the business simulation games, typically speaking, have been there over the last at least, I would say, couple of decades. They play an important role to make the students understand the functionality of the various functional areas and how they integrate with each other and give shape to the entire business process of a particular firm. With the entire world going digital, that's how the things have been shaping up. The innovative ways of teaching have emerged to impart skill sets required to succeed in the current century. Of the various forms of active learning made possible through the modern instructional technologies, one of the popular ones includes the simulations. Walking hand in hand with the evolving technology, then business simulation games belong to the realm of active learning. Which entails all the forms of learning where the participant is behaviorally and cognitively active. While up till now, the selection criteria of PGDM course was based typically on the general aptitude test, but with the advancement in the technology, it's also about the assessing the business acumen of the candidates as well. So taking all into consideration, we have tied up with the AIMA BizLab to provide a sharper edge to our students. And the BizLab engine is fueled by artificial intelligence technology that responds dynamically to the strategy of the students and provides competitive experience to them. And that is certainly going to help them over a period of time. All of you would be involved in carrying out the simulations based on various variables and constraints that a particular firm or the organization involved in production and marketing would encounter with. And these may include a lot many parameters like product specifications, your promotional mix, the production, manpower planning, the finances, research and development, the expansion of the capacity, maybe the new product launch and whatnot. We also did, we as the trainers did also undergo trainings on the same and found it to be a very good tool to improve the skill set of the management graduates who are ready to set their foot in the corporate or be it the future entrepreneurs. And by carrying out the simulations with practice sessions and workshops, you certainly would be able to understand the business dynamics better and provide you an edge as far as the honing of the employability skills are concerned. But as already mentioned by Kapoor sir, that it's you who have to practice it, and if you certainly practice it good enough, it would be a very, very good tool for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Shipra ma'am, can you also please share your experience with our students?
Yes, good morning to all the respected dignitaries and dear students, first of all. Firstly, I would like to congratulate Asian Education Group for this affiliation with AIMA. And being an entrepreneurial guide and mentor for the students, I found this AIMA BizLab very interesting and very, very innovative, as it allows the students to make business decisions and simulate the exercise for the outcome analysis. The students can easily judge that what decisions they had taken and how that is going to be beneficial for them and where they are wrong. That analysis is very, very important, that you must be knowing that what wrong you had done. The outcome actually tells you that yes, what decisions you had taken good, what decisions are wrong for you, and how you can improvise the same. So AIMA BizLabs, these simulation exercises actually gives you the opportunity to plan, design, and formulate a blueprint of the business plan which you would like to generate for yourself. And I really would like to inform my students that this BizLab exercises are going to help you a lot. And of course, in the session itself, in today's class itself, I had told you that we are going to formulate the business plan. So these exercises are going to help you a lot. And being a trainer, being an HR person, I realized that all the financial important decisions, the marketing decisions to be taken, and the product related decisions, that what to be launched in the market at what time, and with what product specifications. So that is something very, very important and crucial for you to know and understand. So hopefully with the exercises and with the labs that we are going to establish in Asian Business School, of course, you are going to learn a lot, you are going to innovate a lot, and going to formulate and design the business plan for yourself. So I would like the AIMA BizLab to be established in Asian Business School. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir and ma'am. If I was a student, the very next thing I would want to do after this webinar would be take a hands-on experience, because probably what is there in my head as my dream, this product, this program guarantees or at least equips me with the right skill set to bring it in reality and in practice. And I hope this feeling is mutual with our students as well. And all of you would be very energetic, excited, and would be looking forward to practice these or practice these simulations. I would request our ABS academic convener, Dr. Abdul Moeed, to please present the vote of thanks.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. All the esteemed panelists, Mr. Nirich Kapoor, Director of AIMA, Mr. Ravi Jangra, Deputy Director, our respected Dean, Dr. Anubhuti Dwivedi, Professor Garima, Professor Vinod, and Professor Shipra. So basically, it's a privilege to be a part of the institute who is AIMA BizLab accredited, because simulation back in the days was just something that we probably we used to teach students that the training that we take to simulation is very comprehensive and lets you take the decision. But now is the time and age where our students can actually lay their hands on simulation. They can actually take those decisions. As Mr. Kapoor already said, a very inspirational and motivating address by Mr. Kapoor and also by our Dean, Dr. Anubhuti. So it's very, very motivational as a trainer, as a faculty. And if you think from the perspective of the student also, it's very interesting and very forward looking to basically try something like a simulation, specifically such a comprehensive business simulation that can actually basically let your head around the things that go around in a business from top to the bottom, right? From the top level managerial decisions right to the very bottom of the marketing marketing decisions or the product decisions or the operation logistics decision. So this is something that is very comprehensive. I've also tried my hands on that, and I'm sure that the students are actually going to learn a lot from it, something that probably simulation only can teach them. And with this, I would like to thank once again Mr. Nirich Kapoor, Director AIMA, and our revered Dean, Dr. Anubhuti Dwivedi, and the trainers, Professor Shipra, Professor Vinod, and Professor Garima Malhotra. And I would hope that the students actually take benefit from this. And we have many such interaction simulation exercises that are planned for the future. And all the best for the students. And thank you, all the panelists once again.
Many thanks. Many thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. And thanks a lot to Nirich, sir, and other panelists present here for such an event and for introducing such a noble and prestigious program to our students. I'm sure our students are equally excited, and we look forward to a continued association with the institution. Thank you so much, all of you, once again.
Thank you. Thanks.